Then, on Friday nights, I come back to Wichita. Saturday morning, Raka is 3 right now. I sit down, turn the TV on, and my favorite football team, Brigham Young University, plays. Little Raka is around, so it's great father-daughter quality time we are spending. Little Raka is riding around the room in her red bicycle. I'm watching BYU, and I'm just intense. Anytime BYU scores a touchdown, I scream, touchdown! Little Raka turns her bike towards me, raises both hands, wants to get some attention from Dad. Very soon, I realized that's an amazing picture. I took a picture of Raka with her touchdown on the red bicycle, and then I put it in my office. This was another secret I learned about the corporate world is, as you work hard, in the office you need to have a facade of great family man. I'm serious. You'll just see the most hardworking people have these amazing family life pictures. And I started doing that. Then, on one of these Sundays, I'm going back out of town. Raka's mom is driving me to the airport. Raka is on the back seat. All of a sudden, Raka starts singing a song by Rafi. You know, this kid was being taught 1,001 songs in Montessori, but she has to sing this song which goes as, all I really want is a song in my heart, food in my belly, and love in my family. And I could not believe why she had to sing this song. I had a moment of feeling of guilt, but I was ready to take off and vanish. Today, when I think back, I see a couple of things that was going on. One, I was literally touching down into Raka's life and taking off. I was not being present. Second thing, little Raka, in whatever way she could, was trying to plead to me when I was going back by saying, Dad, I need you. I have more tricks other than touchdowns. Just give me a chance. I can do some other cool things. But I had my picture. I had my job. And somebody told me I need to sacrifice. So I kept sacrificing. I just want to show you, recently I started looking at some numbers. I started analyzing marriages. Once I started analyzing marriages, all of us know that in marriages which there's one parent present, we usually have the father in most cases is absent. That's a known fact. But I started focusing on marriages where both parents are there. I found 2 facts. Fact 1 won't surprise anyone that an average dad, I'm just saying average, dad spends half the time of an average mom. I wasn't surprised. I said, yeah, it sounds right. But the second fact baffled me. The time dad spends, 65% of the time is spent on activities dad likes to do. Think. That's exactly what I was doing. That Saturday morning I was there, I was watching BYU football with my daughter right here, my eyes on the TV. That was a stunning thing for me by saying, even the few time or few moments we are putting on the child's life, we are not investing on the child. The second aha for me was, as I kept thinking about this, was I started thinking about this to be maybe a kind of addiction. As I start looking at the definition of an addiction to me is you get so caught in the moment that you cannot change or do not want to change reality, and you have total disregard of the consequences of others now or what happens to you in future. When I was working that hard, I just did not care what my child was going through. I did not care that I'll be that 65-year-old man. There was another incident that happened, okay. This was amazing. I had just joined Papa John's. At Papa John's, I learned the magic of pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza. I went to Modesto, California and learned vine-ripened tomatoes. I went to Spain and learned about the grande olives. And who do I tell all these things to? Raka. So Saturday I come over from Louisville, Kentucky to Denver. I take her to a Papa John's, and we sit down together. I said, Raka, guess what? I tell her all these things, pizza. Raka listens. I didn't think she was listening. Next Tuesday, I get a phone call from Miss Terry, who's the principal of Garfield Montessori on Colorado Boulevard. The school has 12 kids, okay? The principal is calling me Tuesday afternoon in Louisville, Kentucky. My assistant, Christy, says, Arjun, you need to take this call. I'm like, okay. I'm very worried. Miss Terry, yes. Is Raka okay? Yes. Is the school fine? Yes. Of course, my next question is, which I didn't ask, why the heck are you calling me then on a Tuesday afternoon? Don't you know I'm busy? I didn't ask that. Miss Terry says, Arjun, we have a big problem. The problem is, today we got pizza from a local pizza place. Raka would not eat. I said, okay, feed the child something else. No, you don't understand. Raka thinks this is bad pizza, and Raka has talked to the other kids, and no kid in the school is eating today. So we have a strike, and the ringleader of the strike is my daughter. You are laughing, I was laughing too. I was very proud of my daughter, okay? Some of your marketing people, we talk about this concept called brand insistence, which means if your brand is not there, you would rather do anything. You see that on an airline. I want Pepsi. You don't have Pepsi, I'm not drinking today. That's brand insistence. I thought my daughter has arrived with brand insistence. Raka gets on the phone. She's very excited to talk to Dad. Raka says, Dad, how are you? I'm like, great. She doesn't even give me a chance to talk. She says, how's John? John is Papa John's John, as if, her best friend. I said, good. How's Blaine? I said, great. That's the president of the company. How's Chuck? John's brother. Great, all great. I could not rationalize with the child, so I bribed the child. So I said, Raka, how about you eat crackers today and cheese, and the next 4 Tuesdays, Dad will arrange to get you pizza from Papa John's. Yay! She left the phone right there, ran to tell her friends that her dad is going to get good pizza. Think for a second. In this relationship, who was listening? She. I wasn't listening. And what I did was I bought her out with 15 gift certificates, which, hang out in my office any day. So there were moments like this that kept going on, which got me to that particular night of 9/11, or the day after. As I'm sitting there, I realized that I have a huge weakness that I need to use today. I'm very impulsive. In a moment of impulsiveness, I decided to quit the corporate world. I did not have a backup plan. I just said, I want to quit everything because of one reason: I don't want to be that lonely 65-year-old guy. That's it. I did not have a backup plan. And just like that, life changed. If any one of you have started a career where you are working for yourself, you know 2 things happen. One, you realize how important you are. Earlier on my birthday, 65, 70 people would walk in with my favorite cake, which I never knew what it was. But everybody told me that I love strawberry with whipped cream and all these things. That's what my birthday. Now, I make phone calls. Nobody returns my call at all. My day had turned into 4 time zones. First, when Raka wakes up. Then at 12:10, 12:15, the mail person comes in. Then 4:15, Raka comes back from school. And 9:30, 10, Raka goes to bed. The mail person is very important because in between I have 0 contact. So over time, I started talking to her. She thought, this freak, whatever. I realized she likes Diet Pepsi. So I would literally sit outside my house in Louisville, Kentucky with a chilled Diet Pepsi for her. And the moment she would come, I would just run and give it to her by saying, hey. If she was late, I was concerned. I would ask her, are you okay? I needed some interaction with some human being.